Good day, everybody. It is Suzanne Bertolas with the disastrous hair, but I don't care. I'm here to do, this morning I started out posting on Facebook saying that I was going to be going to pick up the Oracle cards that I had created for you guys, right? And a lot of you have ordered them, but there was a mix up with the cards. There was a typo, and in the time that I discovered there was a typo in the deck of cards, the team gave me 10 more messages. So I created another, I added to the deck that there was 65, anyway, whatever. There's 65 messages in the cards now. But this morning, when I went to pick up the new decks so that I could swap them out for the people that I just shipped to, everything's gone now, they told me, when you get home, open your deck, because obviously I want the new cards as well, and pull the third card for everybody. I'm like, okay, whatever that is, I will pull it. But it's the third card of a bunch of new cards, okay? So here's all the new cards, okay? There's 10 of them, okay? And this is the third card. So this is the message for today, actually, and it's like 2:40 now, and it's taking me forever to get to this point. But I was so determined to get everything mailed out for you guys. And for those of you that come on later and watch this, all the Oracle cards have been shipped across North America, in Canada, to Germany, the UK, and Australia. So they're all gone, okay? So anyway, here is your message for today. Oh, let me see who's on here. Hey, you guys. Janelle, Karen, Ben. Hey, Ben. Oh, hey, Ben. Oh, I was thinking about you the other day. Okay. Gypsy and hey, Eva. Okay, so here's the message. Okay, this is the image. That is a broken angel. Okay. A long time ago, when I got divorced, my uncle gave me money and said, Suzanne, go and buy yourself something that represents you starting out on your new journey. So I bought this angel, and I know you can't see it all. Okay. Actually, one sec. Okay, here it is. This is the angel. It's supposed to sit on a thing like this, right? And it actually had a head, and then it had this trumpet thing. So I got this angel for myself, and every time I opened a new business or I started something new, I always had this angel in the room, or as a good luck thing, as a reminder, hey, you can move forward in life, even though there's changes, and you start new things, right? So it did get broken last year in a quantum session. Somebody knocked it over and it was broken, and I was devastated because I had it for so long. But then when we moved, somebody I love dearly in this house knocked it over again. And that is why half the head is missing and the rest of the leg is missing. But I don't have the heart to throw it out. And I'm going to try and glue it back together. But anyway, when I was creating these new 10 messages, my team said, Suzanne, get that broken angel, because we have a message for you, and position it somewhere in here and take a picture of it. So that's it. That is the angle I took it. So that's actually my broken angel, okay? But here's the message. Fragile is the heart of an angel, speaking truth to the fallen. Rise again, broken angel, okay? So what the message is, and what the team's been telling me, since I've had time to reflect on this, is that many people are awakening very quickly, okay? And what happens when you wake up really fast is you start to see the truth, what's out there. So the key word being truth. It means your heart is starting to recognize truth as well, okay? So when you come up against somebody that is not being truthful with you, or is discrediting your truth that you're discovering, it can squash you like a bug. You know, it can make you feel really bad. So this is what the message represents. Rise again, broken angel. So many of us that wake up, many of us that are here are angels, from other realms, and we've come in here to do our thing and learn, right? But our hearts can be very, very fragile when somebody comes up against us and when somebody comes up against us and hurts us, right? Or doesn't understand us, or they think they know us and they bash us or whatever, right? So that is what the card represents. It's a reminder that you can rise again and you can move forward, and that your heart, even though, sorry, it's tender, by speaking truth to another person who may not be wide awake yet, it can help them. But sometimes when you do that, you get hurt in the process when you're trying to help other people. Okay, so that's the card. I thought what a great card of all the 10 that I have. So for those of you that are on here, I will show you the other 10 messages. Okay, I'll show you the images. I won't give you the message. This is an actual image that I took in Italy. And one of the places Mary Lisa took me to was a Church of Angels. I think it was called the Church of Angels by Lake Garda. We went to Lake Garda. And this little image here was on the wall. And my team said, take that picture because you're going to need it, right? Like I explained how a lot of these pictures come about. And I just thought it was a really cool image for the card, right? There's another image. That one is about positive flow. This one is in the portal where I show you on the other card where I'm standing with my arms up in the way. This is the tree I stood at. And I've mentioned this before, where I had my head on here and I had my other hand on here. And they were downloading me information. I could see the white energy coming in through my third eye. It was crazy. So these two trees, when I look at them, I can go straight back there and reconnect with them. This is another part of the portal, a beautiful area there. There's those pyramid things I was talking about before too. Those white stones, it's like, I don't know, it's the top point of the pyramid. But there's a few of them around the portal, and they're triangular. I don't understand. And they're white stones. So there's another picture. That's Robert. On top of the mountains there. What was the name of that mountain? It was behind Mary Lisa's house, anyway. And we were almost 7,000 feet in the air, like up at this point. And then there's this one. We won't look at that one too much. And then there's this one is on the bridge in Lake Garda. Okay, that's the lock bridge where everybody puts the locks on. And then the image I have of Jesus in the deck that I use the majority of the time. This is the actual little statue I talk about. And it was only about this tall. Okay. And it was way up in the Dolomiti Mountains. We were at a cabin that my husband's cousin owns. And we were walking a trail, and I was paranoid that the bears were going to come out because there's big brown bears there, right? But there was this little, like a little monument, this one. And I think somebody must have passed away there or something, because finding something that beautiful in the middle of the mountains, you know. And then there's this one. Those are the doors going into that angel church. Okay, so there's some new images in this 55. Now there's 65 messages in here. So I have a few announcements. I am going to do some readings. I have somebody coming to pick up some cards, so I can't be on here too long, but I will do some readings. Okay. What was I going to say? So after all is said and done, and I mailed out all the decks of cards that I did and reordered more cards, I now have 11 remaining decks of cards with 55 cards in it. Okay. And I have 7 decks of cards with 65. So if anybody wants them, please let me know. I have an event coming up, a private event where I'll be doing card readings. So I'll be having them there to sell whatever's left for people that come for readings. So here we go. Let's see who's on here. Awesome Opossum. Oh, hey, Awesome Opossum. And Eva, you're welcome for the message. That's a good one, actually, eh? Like, okay, everybody, Eva gets to see stuff that I do ahead of everybody else because we chat all the time. So I say, hey, check out this card, right? And so she got to see them in advance. And I really wanted to have them separate, like for people that had ordered the 55 cards, to be able to send them the extra 10. But printing was astronomical to have just 10 cards made. I did get the correction cards made though. So anybody that had the 55, when I sent them, I sent you the corrected. There was one oracle card in here that was incorrect, and I added that into your decks. Okay, so Pinar, you're funny. What is the secret of getting younger like you do? I'll tell you something, you know, I have my days, but when you're a happy person and you're living your passion and you're helping people and you feel good about what you do, then you just come across as looking younger, you know? So I have my days when I don't look younger, but thank you for that. Okay, so guys, what else can I say on here? Because I do have some announcements. Okay, so the other thing is I have decided to teach Angel Fire Reiki beginner class. So for those of you or anybody that's looking to learn Reiki, originally I was including it with my Kyushi class. And then I opened up the Angel Fire transfer to those of you who have Reiki already. But now I've been pushed by my team to actually teach a class. So I will be teaching it 27th of April. And this, I came home and somebody had already signed up for it. I hadn't actually announced it yet. I worked on the website last night and put it on the page on my website, but I haven't formally sent out a mail out to say that, that I'll be doing that. So what I've done is in April, for any of you that might be thinking, is I've canceled my Kyushi class in April because I did November, January, February in person, 2 Zooms in person, and then March is another Zoom class for Kyushi, and then I'm taking a break in April. So in April, I will be teaching the Angel Fire Reiki instead, and then in May again, I'll do another Kyushi class. Okay, probably remote. Give people a break because I'm doing so much stuff. It's like, what's she doing now? What's she doing? She's doing so much stuff. Why does she have to do everything? You know, this is me talking to myself. Why do I have to do so much stuff? But that's the way it is, right? I see what my team is doing for me. I'm teaching Kyushi, and Kyushi embodies card reading and Angel Fire Reiki. So they're making me, you know, they made me create this deck and get it ready, and then push me to teach Reiki as well, because anybody that comes into Kyushi utilizes all of those abilities, okay? And being able to read cards really helps you connect with your team and develop your intuitive skills, right? Reiki is another way, because when you embody that energy and you're downloading that energy into you to administer it to somebody else, you're getting the information from the other side as well. So I see now what they're doing. I see the whole big picture here. It took a long time for me to get it all together and offer it all in one. So when you get the cards, okay, there's a workshop. So there's a free workshop when you buy the cards periodically. So there is one in April, provided everybody's received their decks already. If they haven't, then I will shift it a bit so everybody can have their cards first. So let me see here, now that I've babbled on. Trisha, what the heck? Trisha Witt, what's going on, girl? Are you developing a phobia to something? Because they're telling me you're developing a phobia. You're getting fearful of something. What is the matter? So Trisha, you're on deck here. Let me, oops. Rob, if every one of your chakras were closed, you'd be dead. Okay? They're not closed. They may be blocked. You may have one blocked. Okay? Which would then cause the flow to slow down and be hindered for the rest of your 2,000 chakras that you have. We don't just have 7. Okay? We have 7 main ones that people talk about. Okay, but there's 8 right here. There's the high heart. Then there's the star chakra. Then there's the high crown chakra. There's so many. Okay, there's no way. Your chakras spin your energy, and they keep you flowing. So if you're feeling like they're closed, or somebody told you they were closed, I don't think they know what they're talking about. And I shouldn't say that, but that does not make sense to me that they would be closed. Okay, you're feeling lost. You're feeling lost, Trisha. Trisha Witt. She may feel like they're blocked, but I don't, Rob, but I don't think they're energy centers, okay? Like they flow, like they, yeah. You're good. Okay, Trish, you're feeling lost. Did you have a breakup? Is there something going on with the boyfriend? I'm hearing a boyfriend, or like a male partner. Work and financials. They're saying who's causing the problems at work, because they're showing me arguing. There's who's causing the arguing is what I'm hearing. There's like a battle going on. Well, Trish, when you start going forward on your path, your spiritual path, it's going to knock everything off kilter, because people aren't used to you being like that. They're not used to you. When you start digging into who you really are, your spirit becomes very happy, because you're connecting, okay? And your team is like, yay, one for the girl. She's waking up. So you're getting all these great feelings from your team and from your own spirit and your higher self, right? And you start to feel better about yourself as you're discovering things. And then people are like, what is up with her? Like, that's not convenient for me for you to change. That's how people are, okay? So once you start to move ahead on your spiritual path, you just got to grab the bull by the horns and do it and go forward. If that's where your heart is pulling you, then it's important that you don't let anybody knock you off. Learn when to talk about things and when not to talk about things, okay? And this isn't a reading. This is just experience, okay? You'll find, ask your team to be, to give you a definite sign when you should talk to somebody or not about what you're going through, like what you're understanding and what you're learning. Make sure that they give you a, some kind of sign to say, this person's cool with what you're going to say, and be discerning. Learn to recognize when somebody's going to accept what you say or when they're not going to, especially in a workplace, okay? At a workplace, they can be brutal with you, okay? If you start to change who you are and you start to talk about spirituality and things like that, because what happens is it triggers in other people their own insecurities. Their insecurities, their fears, the way they were raised and the beliefs they have because their parents said it was some way, okay, a certain way, and you may be going against that grain. So when you start to talk about things like that, it triggers others, okay? So it's not easy to wake up unless you're a very strong spirit. And then even when you are a strong spirit, you can have your heart hurt, like that card said, the broken angel card, of course. Now, where the heck is it? Here it is. Today's reading, okay? Once you start to speak truth and understand it, perfect. This is why you're here today. This is a good reading for you. when you understand truth and your team is trying to teach you about truth of who you are, it's going to make other people uncomfortable. And it's going to hurt your heart when they don't agree with you and get all happy with you. You know, that's the reality of it. Okay. So someone is starting problems with you at work, jealousy, flat out, insecurity of the other person. Okay. It's nothing that you're doing. It's nothing that you're doing. Just learn to, I can't tell you what to do. My team told me flat out years ago, Suzanne, stop giving people the answers. But sometimes, when you're just starting out, it's good to know the odd thing here and there. So what you want to do is be careful who you speak to about this until you develop the strength, the internal strength of who you are as a spirit, because you're very powerful and you don't realize yet. Okay. Let it grow. Come on things like this where you can interact with people that get it. Okay. And, just be careful. Be careful what you do. Be careful what you post. Don't put yourself out there unless you're strong enough to deal with what will come back at you. Okay. So I think that's probably, I don't trust the company. I only went there because I was desperate for work. Okay. Yeah. See, that's the other thing. That's the other thing. When you work for other people, when you start to wake up, you don't want to work for anybody because you see, oh, they're just in it for money. What am I doing to help this person fill their bank account? That's how I think. Why would I want to go and work there for 10 hours a day and then come home with such a minuscule amount of money? Meanwhile, they're making a shitload. Do you know what I mean? That doesn't sit well with me, which is why I've always had my own businesses and I've, stepped into what I'm doing now. Okay. And it's funny. I was driving today and I had to drive took me 20 minutes to get the cards. Okay. And as I was driving along the highway, I thought, my God, if I had to drive this far to go to a job and sit in an office or whatever, and work for somebody for 8 hours to get a little paycheck and then be there all day and then come home, that I would not do it. I could not even, I would jump off a bridge first. I couldn't do it. Okay. I think working at home, when you work at home, you're so spoiled. And when you're passionate about what you're doing, you don't want to be anywhere but in your home and your surroundings that you feel good, unless it's your own business where because I've had 3 hair salons and a wig shop and a coffee shop, an Italian coffee shop. But when it's your own and you love it, it's like your home anyway. Do you know what I mean? So if you're not trusting the company, trust your intuition. Start looking around. Ask your team to bring something forward for you that will help you feel better about yourself and help you on your journey. And they'll do it for you. They'll open the doors for you. They don't want you to be going through things like this unless it's part of your contract. So look at the lesson in it, Trish, okay? And what is it that makes you uncomfortable? What is it that makes you uncomfortable about where you're working? Is there dishonesty? Well, I'm waking up now and I don't like people lying to me, first of all. That could be one reason. So they're cutting corners with the product they're putting out there for people. That doesn't sit well with me either. You know what I mean? They're being dishonest with the people that are giving them money to make them money. Okay. When you start to wake up, you start to think like that. Okay. So look at the reasons why you're not happy there. And then sit down and do some meditating and ask your team to filter you messages. And have a pen beside you and a paper. And if you hear a couple words or they put something on your heart, write it down. And then don't worry about it until you're done. And then, hang on, I'm seeing and then read it again. Okay. So how do I call upon my guides to assist me? And I was asking or hoping for you to talk to me. So thank you so much. You say, hey, you guys, can you help me, please? That's how you talk to your guides. They're there. They're there. They're just waiting for you to talk to them. Talk out loud so they can hear you. Okay. And then ask them for specific help. All right. So I'm not going to pull a card for you. I was just meant to talk to you about this. Okay. So, Trisha. Oh no, that's a different. Trace, you know what? My husband drives to Toronto from where I live. If there was no traffic on the road, it would take 40 minutes to get to his work. But because of the ridiculous amount of people driving on the 401, it takes him sometimes, well, to get to work, it's quicker, but to come home, sometimes it can take him 2 hours. So I don't get it either why he's doing that, but I just give kudos to anybody that has that much loyalty to a company or to their family or whatever to do what they've got to do, to work like that or to drive that kind of driving. It's crazy. It's just crazy. Anyway, moving on. Let me see who else is on here or in here. I'm so excited I got my new messages. Amanda, there's an Amanda on here. I saw her fly by. Amanda Freitas, I think. 20 minutes and you don't want to go. Rob, you know what? If I had to drive 15 minutes from my house, I wouldn't want to do it. I always have lived within walking distance pretty much of my salons when I had them. And I did my Reiki there. It was great, man. It was great. But the rent was ridiculous. Ridiculous. Okay, so Amanda, are you on here still? Let me know. If you're on here, I will pull you a card. Oh, there you are. Alrighty, here we go. I'm going to pull you a card. And now that I've got my new deck, I want to use that one all the time. So, Marianne. Hi, Marianne. I wish they'd send me an email or something. Who? Okay, Amanda. Oh, they got me digging. They got me digging here. All right. Mother Mary is the card. Oh, this is a nice one. So I don't know if you're involved with children or if there's something to do with children, but it says pray for children. Trust that loving support, guidance, and protection will be granted with silent prayers. So this card comes out when, or the message behind the card, and this is the message they want you to have, is if you see issues with children or unfairness with children and you can't intervene or you can't, you can't help or do anything, they want you to pray for the children. Silent prayers still get heard, okay, and it can really shift and help with the problem that they may be having. Okay, there's so many horrible things going on for children right now around the world, and there has been for the longest time, and Mother Mary being a mom herself, she cares about the children so much, right? So it may be just a request from her. If you're connected to her, she may want your help with praying for the kids and stuff, but also definitely if you are concerned about kids in any form, then pray for them and it'll be granted. Your prayers will be granted and it'll help them. Okay? So that's your message. But you know what? I'm going to pull you one from my original deck. I find that these messages in this deck here are, they can be for one person, but they're almost like for a collective of people to listen to. Some of the messages. Some of them are definitely directed at a person, but other ones I find with Mother Mary and with Jesus, he's like talking to everybody. Okay? Because they get it that we're all one collective anyway. So Amanda, here's your other card. Loving energy. All right. Every day your angel shines loving energy on you, so never forget how much you are loved and cherished by God and the angels. Every accomplishment is applauded by your own personal cheering section from above. So they're recognizing the work that you're doing. Are you stepping into something new? I'm hearing stepping into something, stepping into something. And they're saying babies. They're saying babies, which could be maybe related to this other card. They're watching you. They're guiding you. So you've got to pay attention for the signs and don't dismiss them. Don't ask for like can you back that up with another sign, please? They get frustrated with us on the other side. They send us a clear-cut message and we ignore it and say, okay, I saw that, but like, if you could just send me one more confirmation, I'd be in. Don't do that. Trust them the first time. And Archangel Michael said that to me in a session the other day, because I questioned something. And he said, Suzanne, don't question the messages we send to you. And it was so funny, but it's true. So we have to trust our team when they give us our information and, know that they're backing you up and they'll open doors for you. Yeah, okay, they're telling you, stop. Believe them the first time, okay? If you're thinking of stepping into something new, it's important that you listen to what they're telling you. It's important to believe what they're telling you because they see the whole big picture, okay? They're up here looking at us going, well, she just needs to go here and here and here and here and here and here. So we'll tell her that if she stops and goes, well, I'm not sure, they go, I know my team's always rolling their eyes. It's like a big eye roll for the last 53 years on my team. I'm pretty sure of it. Because I don't question them anymore. Occasionally. Actually, the only time I question my team is when I'm doing a reading for somebody else and they say mom or dad. Then I don't want to offend the person. So I don't like to bring it up, but they push me to do that. But generally, I don't second guess their messages at all. So there you go, Amanda. There's your message. Hello, Kathy. Kathy, I'm going to pull a card for you because you asked last time and I didn't do one, and I just mailed your cards out. So they'll be there in a couple days. Okay. Apparently, I have this business thing for my wig shop, and I said, hey, I have this business thing for mail, right? Because I mail stuff out. Can I use it? They looked up my old phone number and everything. So yeah, so I was able to get the quicker delivery for people for the same price. So some of you will get your cards within a couple days. Some of you, it will take just a little bit longer. Okay. But Kathy, I'm going to pull a card for you. You're welcome, Amanda. Janella, I don't pull cards for people if they're not on here. I need permission. Okay, and I actually need permission from the person. So Kathy, here we go. This is the new deck. Okay. Ooh, it's from my team, the Council of Nine Angels. So I'm still getting used to these messages too, okay? Living a lie brings forth a negative emotional state of mind. Truth resides in the heart, okay? So that's the message. But it's not saying that you're living a lie unless you're lying to yourself about how you truly feel about something. If you're making do, if you're like, okay, whatever, if you're like that, or I just won't say anything, I'll just keep it inside. That's living a lie. That's not being truthful, okay, about how you truly feel about a situation, okay? So they want you to look in your heart in regards to that, but also be discerning about what is coming at you from other people. Use the truth in your heart to understand why somebody may be negative on coming at you. If they're lying about something, and I love these cards. They're giving me really deeper messages with them. If they're somebody's saying something to you and they're not being truthful, your heart will be able to detect that. Okay, we have a built-in bullshit detector in our heart. Like mine is like full blown working 100%. Okay, but some people, they still second guess or question, right? But they're telling you not to question. It's time now to like really tap into your heart and listen to, because your heart gives off an energy, right? Your heart gives off a beautiful, loving energy. Somebody's coming at you with a lie. That's a negative energy. You know what's going to happen? Bang. That negative energy is going to hit your beautiful, truthful energy, and your heart's going to go, what the hell just happened? And you're going to be feeling it, like when you get that uncomfortable feeling, right? And that's what they want you to pay attention to. Okay? So that's your message. Hope it helps. Hope it helps you. So just tap into that on both ends. Be truthful with yourself and turn the detector on. Okay? So let me see. Yeah, sorry about that, Janelle. Okay. I'll pull one for you if you want. And I saw somebody on here. JW. Why do I feel like you're from Texas or something? I won't be a pain. It's okay. You guys need to ask more than once because I don't see it, you know? JW. Are you male or female? You need to know. I'm sensing a male Texas kind of person. Maybe I'm wrong, or maybe one likes you. I don't know. JW. Female. From New Jersey, now in North Carolina. And why the hell would I be here in Texas? I'm hearing that swaying, and I'm hearing like a male. All right then. Well, you're female, so that's okay. And you are in. Maybe you need to move there. I know Texas is a pretty big state. I know when I drove to Sedona with Candace a few years ago, it's like, are we ever going to get out of Texas? We were driving across the top end of it. It was so long. It was like trying to get out of Ontario through Thunder Bay when you live in like Cambridge. That takes almost 2 days. Oh, Kathy, I'm good. I'm glad you like that one. I mean, I'm glad I helped you. Okay, so JW. Yeah, Texas is nice. I have friends there. I mailed out 4 packs of cards to Texas, 4 different areas. So that's kind of cool too. Would you guys mind sharing for me if you can share and let people know that I'm on and bring awareness to my channel? Subscribe if you haven't and that kind of thing. All right. I just said JW, right? Kathy, Amanda, Trish. Okay. Oh, you got this nice card. I love this one. Okay, see, I only showed you guys the picture. Okay. So the message is, I send you angels in times of need. Trust their healing hands and God's profound love. So, oh, I'm getting chills on this. When they gave me this message, they were kind of referring to people that go for healing work, okay? But I mean, it can work with whatever situation you may be in right now, okay? But how they were explaining it to me was that, and they explain it because when I do healing work and I use my hands, okay, I know how powerful they are. I know I did Reiki for my husband last night, and I was blown away by what I could see coming in behind me in the mirror opposite. I could see like bolts of lightning, like flashes of lightning almost coming into me. My aura was like here. And like the moment I thought of Archangel Michael, if I even went Archangel Michael in my head, like a sheet of violet would come in from the left side, like a beam, like a floodlight. And I tested him a few times. I didn't test him, but I tried it a few times, and every time it was like coming in like that. So the message is that if you're getting any kind of healing work from somebody that works for Creator, trust that the energy that's coming through for you is going to help you with your healing. If you call on your angels to help you physically with something, trust that they're going to be there. And trust the hands of the person that's like giving you the session. Trust the person that comes to give you a hug. If you're, God sends angels for all kinds of reasons. Okay. It doesn't always have to be when we're sick. Sometimes somebody shows up at the right time to do something for you, right? Or you're in desperate need of something, then all of a sudden somebody's there. That kind of thing. He wants you to trust that he is sending, or that energy is sending you the help that you need. Okay. And trust, especially if you go for healing work, that the energy that's coming through, if the person is working for a Creator, that it's profound, the amount of healing that can get done. Okay. When I was doing Robert's Reiki last night, it was so strong coming in the energy, but I was on his I was on his right foot. Okay. And I know Jesus was in there because I called him in, and I'm like, okay, I don't know if I'm following you or you're following me, but I'm listening when you say move. Okay. So at one point, I had a hold of his foot, and then I moved over to the other foot, and Robert almost sat up and goes, how are you in two places at one time? Like I felt you on the other foot before you moved there. So, the angels will come in, their energy is so strong. It can feel like they're holding your leg, because the energy that's coming out of them is so strong, right? So JW, trust. Oh, that's excellent. Your fiance does Reiki? Trust the energy that's coming in. Don't doubt it. Was thinking of going to you for some, but don't really have the funds right now. Where, JW, where are you? Are you local? Are you local? If you're local, talk to me. Email me or something. I don't do distance Reiki like over online or anything like that. Okay. You're in North Carolina. That's a long drive for a session. But if your fiance does Reiki, if he hasn't done the Angel Fire Reiki, he absolutely should do one of the transfers. Okay, not the class, because he's already got his Reiki. So Angel Fire Reiki, I do the beginner class now where I'm going to teach you how to do Reiki. Okay, they're pushing me to do this. So now I'm like, okay, I'm going to do it. But I also have an Angel Fire Reiki, just a transfer. So there's 2 transmissions that anybody that already knows how to do Reiki and understands how to work with energy can come and do a Zoom class when I transfer the energy. There's 2 meditations, and it's profound how much it changes you, because the angelics will connect. There's a cleansing one, a purifying one, and then there's the one from God where he sends a frequency. And, I get emails from people that have done this on a continual basis, how it's changing their Reiki practice, how much stronger it is. So talk to your fiance and let him know that this option is available. No, he won't do Angel Fire, because I'm the one that created that. Well, I didn't create it. I'm the one that called Angel Fire over a course of 5 years. There's a process how it came about. Okay. But I know he hasn't, because there's not too many people that have done it. Okay. And it's just something I'm just starting to offer. So he doesn't need, yeah, he doesn't need the class to learn how to do Reiki. He just needs to do the transmission, and I'll do it one-on-one with him if he wants over a Zoom. Okay, so go on my website, get my contact information, talk to him about it, give it to him, and if he wants to do that, I'll do a one-on-one with him, because the next class probably won't be till like May or June or something like that for the transfer. Okay. Anyway, so trust what's coming through for healing with him. Okay. And when you're doing your Reiki sessions, ask them to send you the white light and to heal certain things. Okay. And know that they'll work on it. So that is your message, JW. Okay. Okay. Eduardo. Oh, hey. Yeah. You took the class. How's it going over there with you? It is wicked, isn't it? It really is. And I've done the transfer 3 times myself. And like, I can see the change in and who's coming in and what I'm seeing and how I'm feeling myself doing Reiki, right? So you're welcome, JW. Yes, Janelle. Eduardo, don't let the retrograde hit you. Say, out of here. Shield yourself. It's not affecting me. Don't let it affect you. I think, it's funny. I saw an article on that. Oh, everything's going retrograde. I'm like, does it really actually make a difference? Or do we feel it does because we're being told it does? So check in with your heart and your team. Ask Archangel Michael to just put a big shield across you if you're worried about it. Don't let it affect you. Okay? It never affects me. Never. The only thing that ever really affected me is sometimes a couple days before a full moon. I went through 6 months of that, 2 days before, 2 days after, where I was like, whoa, what's going on? But that doesn't even bother me anymore. So just keep working on your angel fire, do your clearing, your self-healing. Keep that, they're confirming that. If you're not doing that, you should be, okay? Make sure you do self-Reiki and keep your frequency high. Then any of that retrograde stuff is not going to even affect you. Okay, you're a light being underneath all that. Your energy is too strong. Okay. So, Janelle. I get it. Do you do it, Gypsy? The light white? I need to record another one, I think. I could give another option for you guys. That one's been on there for a long time. Okay. Team Light. Team Light. I love Team Light. 526, the May 26th, Team Light. 526. Wonder who that is. All right, here we go. Janelle. There's so many people on Team Light. You just never know, right? Can I have one card? Oh, yeah, you asked me that. Okay, Janelle. Archangel Gabriel. There's a card. Okay, so they're trying to talk to you, and you're not listening. Calling us to help you with clarity, or you're not hearing clearly the messages that they're trying to get across to you. In understanding intuitive messages. So this card is called Collective Whispers, because people can't hear when they whisper. You know what I mean? That was kind of the joke behind this card when they gave it to me. You need to just, I can't tell people how to understand their team. Like, you need to ask them to make things more clear for you. Because they're talking to you. This is what they're saying. The collective of archangels is trying to help you on your journey, but you're not hearing the messages. So I'm hearing that you're letting your head get in the way of anything that they're giving you. You're disputing, you're second guessing some of the clear-cut messages that they're giving you. And that's what One second. We got to do timeouts for people. Come on, we're not in kindergarten. All right. When the collective is trying to talk to you, they're trying to help you, but you're like I said, you're second guessing the things that they're trying to help you with. So you have to try and pay attention. It's a very clear message. It's not a complicated one. Just ask them for more, like I know when my team talks to me, when I'll say, oh, they're confirming it, it's because they're like zapping me with the cow prod and I can feel the electricity because they bump my field. So I know they're around and saying, yep, 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 and I feel it. So that's what you need. You need some kind of recognizable sign from them that you understand and you get, okay? And you'll know when they're giving you a message and you won't second guess it or question it, okay? Janelle, it's basically, your screen just froze. It's about questioning your team when they're giving you messages. Ask them to give you a sign that you can understand because they're trying to help you and you're not hearing. Okay, you're not hearing clearly. You second guess and you dispute sometimes what they're trying to give you a message. You know what I mean? So they just want you to be a little more open to receiving because they are trying to help you and talk to you, okay? So, Team Light 526, this is Kimberly. Janelle, ask your team to sweep your field and get rid of anything that might be standing there going, let's just mess with her. Ask Archangel Michael to do that. Okay, so somebody was on here that says, oh, Art Souls. Okay, hang on. Art Souls. Art Souls, I have some. I have 11 decks of cards with 55 messages, and I have 7 decks with the 65. So I'm sure on Friday, I'll still have some. Okay. So here we go. So if you want them, just go to my website. It's under Oracle Cards, SuzanneBertolas.com. Okay. And you can order them. Okay, Art Souls. On that card. Oh, come on. It's the same flipping card I just pulled. Collective Whispers. Are you not hearing your team? Well, you just heard me give Janelle's message. It's the same thing. Your team is trying to talk to you, and yeah, numbers. Well, see, that's good. You know that they talk to you with numbers. That could be a sign for you, okay? I've asked many times in quantum sessions what that means, and most of the time, the higher self will say, well, we're trying to get her attention, to let her know that we're here, right? But also, I think when you're drawn to certain numbers and you see repetitive numbers the same, you've got to kind of check in with, well, what am I thinking right now? Not so much, oh, what does 1212 mean? It's like, what's going on in my own head right now, in my own heart? Because I'm recognizing numbers. That represents my team trying to get my attention. So what am I thinking right at this moment? What am I feeling right at this moment? You know, that kind of thing. So that's your message, but let me pull one from this deck. Okay. Yeah, Janelle, if you need their guidance, they are trying to talk to you. Okay. You're just not hearing them. Trust what they're telling you. If it feels right in the heart. Thanks, Eva. You're heading out. Where are you going? Talk to you later. Okay, so Art Souls. Don't worry about it. This is the card. Release your worries and emotional turmoil to your angels. She will carry the burden for you to lighten your load You just need to ask for help and let go of the outcome. Okay, trust all will be resolved in divine timing. So don't worry about it. So if you're not hearing exactly what you want to hear when you're, from your team, don't worry about it. Just give your concerns to your team and say, you deal with it. I do that. And then I try to step out of the way and not worry about it. Okay. But that's something that you need to do. Trust that everything happens for the reason that it does. Everything happens because it's supposed to. There's always a lesson, and just trust that everything will work out. Okay. Trust is such a big thing. Okay. It's such a big, big, important lesson we've all got to learn. Trusting, because we've been so messed around our whole entire lives. Doesn't matter who you are, not just from parents, or not from parents. I shouldn't say that. Not from family situations, but from society. Okay. And it makes us distrust. And that's the whole point of them trying to mess us around. They pit us against each other. They cause us to question everything and not trust somebody. I always trust. This is what gets me into trouble. I trust everybody until they give me a reason not to trust them. I trust every single person, even the trolls on here. You see that, right? So we have to be like that. Trust your own heart. If you're giving somebody a chance and then they mess you over, well, then they blew it. Move on. You learn. It's not that you needed to learn a lesson. You're living from your heart, and that's what we're supposed to do. Okay? So, just trust. Try to trust, and things will change. If anything, if you trust people or you trust situations, your team is going to alert you if you should not be trusting somebody. You're going to get that feeling of, I don't know if I should do that. That's your team. Or I don't know if I should trust that person. That's your team. But if there's always a heartfelt feeling there, then that's the way we're supposed to be. Trust that your team will let you know if you have something to worry about. Okay? So Art Souls, that's your card. Thank you for coming on, and I'd love to mail you a deck of cards. I'll probably go out again next, Monday, because they don't mail on the weekend. So I'll wait. I'll do them all at one time. You should have seen the girls at the post office today. Their eyes came out of their head because I had a duffel bag full of envelopes, full of cards. And I put them all on the counter, and they were like, holy shit. Please sort them into countries that you're sending to. So I had to sit there. And then the people behind me were like, oh, man, you know how it is when you go to the post office. You got to mail one letter, and somebody's got 500 packages in front of you. Okay, let me see. Team Light. Michelle, you said? Of course I would ship to Scotland, Andrea. I just shipped 2 to UK and 2 to Germany, 1 to Australia. And I've reflected the shipping in the price on the website. So SuzanneBertolas.com is the website under Oracle cards. It's $101 Canadian, okay, for the 65 to go to overseas. And it's costs about 25, anywhere from 22 to $27, depending where it's going. So I factored that into the price. Okay, so shipping is included in the price. And then if it's more, I just cover it. Tina, you should have them in a couple of days. Okay. Okay, Art Souls, see ya. Thank you for coming on. Okay, Kimberly, here we go. Oh my goodness. I didn't think I'd be on here again doing readings. I was just on here on Friday. Or was it Friday? I think it was. But that's okay. It's filling in my day. Okay. Who did I just say? Oh, Team Light, Kimberly. I like this card. Okay. There's the painting that I did. That was a vision that my team gave me through my third eye. Okay. Not quite as detailed. The background did not look like that. Okay. Anyway, those are the hooded beings that I work with, the white light beings. Okay. And the message is third eye visions. So third eye visions give insight to life behind the veil. So trust, create, and expand from the visions they give you. Okay. So they used that card, or they told me to use that painting, that image, because that was a vision they gave me. Right. So from the vision they gave me, I created a painting, and now it's a card. So I've expanded on what they've shown me to create something else. And that's what they want you to do. There's a reason for it. If you're an artist, a lot of times there's codes, awakening codes in artwork, in music, in anything that you do creatively. There's codes factored into that help other people wake up. So when they give you a vision, and if you're creative, then try to make something from the vision, even if it's a sketch, or even if you talk about it, even talking about it and describing a vision, puts those awakening codes out there, DNA activation codes. Okay. So that is your card, Team Light. Kimberly from Team Light. All right. Oh, excellent. You like to paint too, Tammy? Yeah, I haven't painted for so long, though. You're welcome. What is the meaning behind your white dragonfly motto? My fiance saw one in a vision this morning. White dragonflies are straight from God. And when they were going to shift me out of, I had a wig shop where I was working with cancer patients, right? And I did Reiki. And I didn't want to do it anymore. I had a hard time helping the women because they were all going for chemo. And then they would die on me. Okay. Some of my clients. And it's like chemo kills you, right? So everybody has their personal choices, and I couldn't say anything to dissuade them. It wasn't my place to do that. So when I was getting tired of doing that, I wanted to continue on, and God just dropped it in my ear. He said, white dragonfly. That's the name of your business. I'm like, okay. So that's why I changed it. And then when they moved, if you look on my website, actually, no, I don't think I have it on there anymore. I did for a long time. It showed the background of a fence, and there was a white dragonfly on it. When I moved into location, I was standing out in the backyard, and I was going to open my business in my home. A white dragonfly landed on the siding behind me, and then it flew around, and then it came back. So I took that as a sign. And then the next summer, I saw one on the fence, and I took a picture of it. They're big. Like, I've never seen white dragonflies before. So anyway, that is where that came from. And dragonflies are everywhere. They follow me everywhere. Okay. Yeah, it is. I kind of like it. A lot of people use the dragonfly, but I actually heard that, and they actually showed me different things with the white dragonfly. So let me just skim through here. I'm looking for people that I haven't just read for, okay? Dawn. Are you still on here, Dawn? Let me scroll back down here. Maybe to upgrade his Reiki at White Dragonfly Healing. That could be why. Okay, Dawn, here we go. Yes, God directs people straight here. And my team, they hook into people and pull them here for sessions or whatever. It's bizarre, but that's what they do. They're quite forceful. All right, Dawn. Oh, and look at, speaking of paintings and why it's important to be creative when you have visions. That painting there was also a vision. And it was, they were saying that they braid downloads in through the light. And this was like a little, it was only this big, a ribbon. They said there was billions of them being filtered down to us here, and that everything would be upgraded. Okay, DNA upgraded. Look for the spiral within to connect to all that is. Process all that is unexpectedly new. Energetic downloads. So do you see how they work with me with the paintings or the visions they give me? This painting is a few years old now, a couple of years old. But what happens when you get downloaded is you learn new things because they open things, they open gateways, they unlock hidden knowledge that you have, right? And then new things start to happen. So what they're saying is they want you to trust that when you feel like you're being downloaded, or when you feel like you have an aha moment or an epiphany. You might have been looking at some artwork, you might have watched a movie that has some kind of coding in it. You know, this is really an expansion on the last card. How did they say? They say, look for the spiral within to connect to all that is. So we have like I feel a spiral of light coming in us, right? Like, and I believe that's the way the energy comes in. Because when I do Reiki and I'm channeling it, I do this. I can feel it, okay? My head, and I try to stop myself and I can't. So it's almost like a wave that comes in, right? And it depends how strong it is. Sometimes I'm like that. It depends how condensed the energy is that they're sending. It's kind of funny, but that's the way it is. So they want you to connect inside and trust these little downloads that you're getting, Dawn. Okay, you might not realize that's what it is, and maybe you need to kind of wake up to that. So look at the picture. The picture, there may be some kind of activation in there for you. I don't know. Okay. But that's what they want you to pay attention to. You're welcome. We get them all the time. You know, it's when you look at something and if it makes you stop and like get like a good feeling from it, or you want to listen to the song 100 times and it's like ridiculous, but you gotta listen to it and it makes you feel a certain emotion, then there's something in there that's trying to unlock, or there's something in it that's trying to unlock something in you. So start to trust those things. Okay. Allie, are you still on here? And you're welcome, Dawn. Yeah, Gypsy, it will do that in meditation because you're channeling that light in. And it does kind of make you wobble. And then when the light beings step in, they make it, it depends how they come into you, you know, it can change you into an elliptical motion, or because they're light as well, right? It's really bizarre, but it's kind of cool. Allie, are you still on here? Allie McDonald. Okay, Jean-Marie. I don't see Allie coming on, so she may have left. Jean-Marie. I'm so happy I have these new messages. Not that I don't love my original deck, but these are deeper. They're deeper and more, they make you think more. Jean-Marie. Hi, Jack. If you're the Jack that ordered my cards, they're in the mail. Okay. Jean-Marie. Oh, This is the Rainbow Light Collective. Okay, this is the Archangel realm, where Jesus is, where Mary is, where all the Elohim are, where all the high beings are. They're called the Rainbow Collective. That's their colors. Okay, so they're white. It's a white collective, but they each have a color and a frequency. So call on them to connect you to the highest realm in meditation. Okay, Jean-Marie, sorry if I'm getting it wrong. What I'm learning is we can all talk to God and we can all connect with God, and everybody's at a different stage on their ascension path and all this, right? But sometimes when we really want to connect with Creator, we need help to truly, even though you can hear, it's like we want to be able to hear. So you want to call on that collective to connect with you. So imagine that energy, okay, connecting with your energy. And then what that does is raise your frequency. It makes you vibrate at a higher frequency so you can connect through to Creator. All right. I've seen this happen in sessions with me where just with the client alone, we haven't been able to connect to Creator. One time Creator wanted to come through and the rainbow energy connected with me and my client together. Our energies was strong enough to connect with the rainbow energy, which was then able to bring through Creator. So it's just something to think about when you're meditating. Also to understand that that collective is our rainbow colors, and we're starting to see them, the colors everywhere, right? And they come through. So that's your card. Okay. It's a little chilly in here. Not as many people here on a Monday. By Friday, everybody's at work in their cubicles with their phones going, okay, who's on YouTube? You know? Okay. Okay, Andrea. I see a pretty please here, so I think I maybe missed you. Did I? Andrea. It's March break already. Smart voice? Is that you? Is it? It's only the 4th of March. I don't know when it starts here. Well, my nephew's not home from school, so I don't know. Okay, Andrea. Oh, boy. I'm feeling a big energy coming in for your reading. I can feel it in my upper back. I keep hearing Mother Mary. Okay. All right. Here's your card. I explained about this card in the beginning. I'm not sure if you were on then, so I'll tell you. In the portal in Italy, when I was there last year, it's an area where it's a portal, okay? So these 2 trees were on the edge of the portal when I walked down towards, there was like a creek that kind of went through. So it was like beautiful there. Like it's like you walked into like a fairyland or something. You know, I expected to see little fairies floating around and stuff. It was so cool, right? But these 2 trees were there, and I was guided because I basically heard connect to the trees. Okay. So I connected to the trees. I put my head on one and I held the other. And then I watched the energy come in through my 3rd eye. It was like raining white light. It was so, so cool. I didn't want to pull myself away from it. So that's the significance of those 2 trees. Okay, they're magical. And when I go back to Italy this year, if I go, I'll be going right back to those trees. So, okay, now I remember why this card came up. Equal energy exchange offers great insight for the heart. So anchor in your reality. So that means you can upload and download information at the same time, okay, to learn and get insight, which is what happened to me with those trees. I was sending my energy in the tree, and I know it was going up through the one hand I was sending, and coming down into me was the energy like from the white light, right? So they want you, when you're doing your meditation, to remember to send as much as you're receiving and get that loop going, okay? Your left side pulls energy, your right side gives energy. So imagine it coming in you and down and up and out, okay? And that way you're giving heartfelt energy to the universe, because our guides like to get love from us, you know, and our angels, they like that, right? So as much as they give love to us, they like ours too. So when you're giving to the universe and you're receiving, it shifts what's going on in your heart, but it'll anchor you into your current state that you're at too. So you're not just asking for things to come and you're just expecting you know what I mean? You're expecting insights, you're expecting things to be downloaded to you, but you're not giving at the same time. So when you have a give and take, it keeps you in the moment more, because you're also focusing on giving, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? Thank God. I'm still trying to get used to these cards, right? And the messages. It gives equal energy exchange, offers great insight for the heart. So when you give and take, you benefit from giving, you benefit from receiving. Okay. But they use the tree as the example, right? And it'll anchor you. It'll keep you grounded. All right. So that's your message. I'm glad it makes sense. Thank goodness. Ooh, pretty dark. Would you like a card? Oh, and Trace, you've never had a card. Okay. Excellent. Yeah, you know, like JW, that's great if you get insight from that. The messages aren't meant just for the one person. I mean, they are specifically meant for that person, but other people as well can gain insight from the cards and the messages. Okay, because we're all kind of in the same boat. All right. They're telling me the third card for you. Oh, I like this one because I'm on it. Okay. That sounded really egotistical, didn't it? But hey, it's the truth. I'm sitting on this. See this? Okay. That's me in Italy. That water is coming right out of the guts of the mountain behind us, behind Mary Lisa's home. I forget the name of the mountain. Oh, it's called, oh boy, water from Monte Vendici near Monte Casale, Trentino, Italy. Okay, Monte Casale is the name of the mountain. So the message: 100% purity will journey far to nourish, even if reduced to 99% by influence. Flow fearlessly from the heart. Okay, so from the heart of the mountain, 100% pure water came from the center of the mountain. By the time it reached this spout, okay, and this water has been tested, it is the most pure water in the world, okay, in this little thing right here. But it was only 99% pure. So while it traveled under the ground and stuff to get to this place from the mountain, farm fields are above it, fertilizers and things like that, and other things influenced the purity of the water. Okay, so that made it 99% instead of 100% pure. But the point is, it flows from straight out the mountain to nourish the land, to nourish the people that take the water from it. You know, we were drinking straight out of the taps over there. It was so amazing. The water was so like unbelievably pure. Like even to shower in it, my hair was different. Like everything was different because of this water when there's nothing in it other than just purity and minerals and you know, nutrients from where it came from. So the point being, always give from the heart 100%, even if things get in your way, so that by the time somebody else gets your message, it may not be heard or they may not receive it the way you intended it to come out. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's your message. Yeah, water has amazing power. Like when Robert and I left, we were severely like, oh my God, we don't want to come back to Canada, because to drink that water, like it's funny. It's like a trough. Okay. So I should have put a picture of the whole thing as well, but it was like a concrete trough, and they have them all over northern Italy because the water, it would come into the towns and they would route it to the center of the village, and they would have a common well, right? So there was two parts to this, and Robert would go in there and the water was freezing, like freezing as well. Okay. And he would just lie in it because the healing benefits of the water was amazing. And every day there was a house just up here. So I'm sitting here. So there's a house about here. Okay. Maybe, I don't know, a minute and a half walk to get to the house. It had a dog at this house. Every day at a certain time, the dog, they're never tied up over there, would come to this and just hop in the water and sit there. Just stand in the water. The dog knew how beneficial the quality of that water was for its health. And he would drink the water and he would jump around in the water, and he would be in there for maybe 5 or 10 minutes and then he'd get out. And the one time the owner said, he does that every day. I'm like, how old is he? And he was like, old, but he was like a puppy, you know? So the benefits of the water was amazing. So anyway, that's your message. Okay. Give from the heart 100% when you're trying to help another. And if they don't receive it the way you intend it to get there, then, you know, you did your best. Is basically, that's your message. Okay. Pretty dark, if that helps you. Yeah. Northern Italy was a magical place. You know, one thing about being there, Robert's MS did not affect him at all. It was, I don't know what it was. I said, you know, as soon as we got home, within a week, he was having issues. I'm like, I wonder if it's like the gravitational pull there, the elevation, you know, things like that, the good food, the good water. I don't know. Cooling can be good. You know, Robert's opposite. The cold does not do well with Robert. He can sit out in 150 degrees and be happy. He just likes heat. The cooling is, he's opposite. He's a weird. Gypsy, I'll tell you, Robert, Northern Italy is like hills, like this. Okay. Hills, hills, hills. He was running like for an hour at a time, up and down these hills. I'm like, oh my God, I can't even walk up the hill without like gasping for air. Okay. Because I get this thing going on with my windpipe. He was running and his legs were fine. I'm like, what the hell? I never said much to him when we were there. And he was just like in the best spirits. He felt amazing. And then we get home and within 1 week, he went for his first run and it hit him again. I'm like, what? You know, I think maybe a lot of it could be to stress. We were there for 3 weeks too. You need to, Mary, you need to. Robert's having problems too. And he goes down to the treadmill and he gets on it regardless. And if his leg starts to drag or has a problem with it, he gets on the bike or the elliptical and he makes himself do it. And then when he gets home from work, he comes up 9 flights of stairs. And I know right now his legs are numb. That's why I'm doing Reiki for him. You know, so take that as some inspiration to just get out there. Yeah. And do what you got to do. Even, you know, if you have you have to get one of those little pedal things. It's like you sit on your couch and it's just like a mini pedal thing, and get your legs moving. At least do something, because you've got to keep your muscles strong, right? That's important. So anyway, can that be healed, Suzanne? MS? Yeah, I'm not a doctor. I know the white light can heal anything. I know that they're holding, in his sessions, they're holding the lesions. They're glowing. I've talked about this before. And every time I talk to his higher self, he gives me attitude, actually, about Robert's MS, because he came in knowing he would have it for a reason, to help other people. And they don't get angry at me, the higher self, but they'll say, isn't he doing fine? Can you see what he's doing? It could be a lot worse. We're holding it so that he can continue on his mission. So, yeah, they won't heal him 100%, but the white light can heal anything, right? So, yeah. Yeah, lesions can be healed. Gypsy, he went for an MRI. Well, I did. Tell me if you've heard this before, and I won't repeat it, about the sessions and the MRI, because I don't want to take up time. Okay, so it took me 3 times to get to Robert's higher self, because Jesus knew I was going to ask him to heal his MS right off the bat in my quantum sessions. So on the 3rd time, I asked if they could heal it, and they said they would work on them, lesions. Okay, they would work on them. Then Robert went and had an MRI. And on the MRI, when he went, the doctor said, why are your lesions glowing? They're glowing. You know how they look gray? They're glowing. I said to Robert, did you tell the doctor why? And he said no. So then he came back, he had another session. I asked the higher self, why was that? We're holding the lesions because we don't want it to advance. So we're holding the lesions. So that's why they're glowing. Oh, okay. And then in another session, they're like, he's not getting any worse, is he? Like, he's managing. He's doing what he needs to do, right? And then he went for another MRI, okay, recently. And I don't know if they were still glowing, but they were shrinking. One of them was shrinking. So the white light is extremely powerful. That is God's energy. It's not the angels coming through. It's not anything like that. It is God's energy coming in through these sessions. And people need to understand, if you have the mindset to heal, you can. It's the mindset and trusting that you're going to heal. And if it's part of a contract that you have, then you'll find that out if you're meant to have an illness. So, yeah, the lesions glowed. That's right. And they were holding them. Anyway, okay. I've seen diabetes healed too, Rob, with sessions. I've heard of it. Sorry, I haven't seen it myself personally, but I've heard that it can be healed. We'll keep doing the scan. Keep asking them. Okay. Keep doing it, Mary. Just get your legs moving, you know. I see Gypsy and then I see Mary. You two look the same, almost. Gypsy, you should do my white light scan if you haven't done it. Oh, you do. Sorry. Yeah, keep doing it. Rob, you don't understand why your diabetes is ignored? Have you had a session to find out why? Indigo, I'll pull you a card. See, I mean, talking to your higher self is the best way to get answers, because your higher self's not going to lie to you. Definitely not. Okay. You can get to the higher self in a session. So Rob, why don't you get on my website under my practitioner page, okay? The Kyushi website, give me 1 second here. Okay, on the, I just posted the website there, Rob. My Kyushi practitioners are doing sessions, like they have to do 25, they have to do 10 free. So contact one of them, even if you have to try a remote session, and maybe one of them will still have free sessions available, and try, okay? So who was I pulling that card for? Indigo, right? Archangel Uriel is your card, okay? Calling us to help you overcome disappointments from the past, insightful recollections. So they want you to, or Uriel wants you to call on him, and his whole collective is going to come. But when you're remembering things, they want to help you remember it correctly, okay? When you're trying to get over things that have disappointed you or hurt you in the past, when you look back, they want you to see it the correct way. So you've got to take time when you're going to go back and work through issues that you've had, okay? And call them in and say, okay, I remember when this happened with my brother. Can you please remind me of exactly what happened, how I felt, what went down, that kind of stuff. And then you've got to be truthful with yourself about what they're showing you. You might go, oh my God, well, I broke his thing first. No wonder he got mad at me. You know what I mean? You might forget little details. You may, at that point, when something happened in your life, have seen it with less maturity, the situation that went down, where now you're older and you can go, man, I had an attitude. You know, I could do that with my brothers. If I go back and type, oh, holy shit, it's a wonder I'm alive, you know? But when you look back, try to see it for how it truly is now from this perspective, okay? And call on Uriel for that, and he will help you with that. So insightful recollections. It's time that we need to really start clearing. I mean, we've been hearing that for years now. Time to let this go, time to let that go. But now we really need to get truthful about what really went down. And if we can't remember, then we need to call in assistance for them to show us and remind us, you know? So that is your card, Indigo. It can be like very enlightening when you do that. When you really get serious and go, okay, you know what? I really had a bit of an attitude. I was a bit pushy. Yeah, I was a bit pushy when I was little because I had two brothers that used to beat me up, you know, or the one anyway, had to fight back and defend myself. So it made me stronger. But when I look back, I was probably an idiot with my brother too, to instigate, you know. So try to look at things like that. Pat Clements, you are new to the chat. Did you subscribe to the channel? You should. Then you'll know. And click the little bell, I guess. And then, because I never really announce when I'm coming on here. I will on Facebook. I'll say I'm going on YouTube. And then I come on. But I don't really say when I'm going to come on. So if you like readings and that kind of thing, then, you know, I just come on when I feel like it. Sometimes on a Friday night, Eva and I will come on together and we'll do readings together. So, but yeah, sure, I'll pull you a card, Pat. Is Trice on here? Did I pull for him? If he can let me know. How would a person know if it's a contract, Trish? those are the kind of answers you get in a quantum session when you're talking to your higher self, you know? Or sometimes you just know, if you're really in tune with your team and your spirit, you know, like I know there's people here I'm in contracts with. It just depends on how you view things like that. But okay, Pat. Bye, Tina. Let me know when you get your cards. Probably have them in a couple days. Okay, Pat. Oh, I pulled the pull. Okay. Thanks, Holly. I didn't scratch your name out. Okay, Pat. This is a good message. It's the message that I started the readings off with at the beginning. Okay. This is the card. It is Rise Again, Broken Angel. Fragile is the heart of an angel speaking truth to the fallen. So this message is just about you. If you are waking up, or if you've always been awake and you are trying to help those that maybe aren't as truthful with you, or help those where you hit a roadblock with them and they can lash out at you, things like that. It's a reminder that you're stronger than how you feel when you get squashed, okay? And you feel knocked down, or you feel disregarded, or you feel disrespected, or you feel insignificant. Whatever those feelings are, it's a reminder that you're stronger than that, and you can rise up and you can move ahead, okay? But generally, this card is mainly for people. Well, not mainly, but because of the times we're in right now, a lot of people are waking up really quickly to the truth that's going on around them in their own life, in their work, with the world, with the financial system, with the medical system. They're seeing truth everywhere, and it's not sitting well with people, okay? So when you're in that mindset now that you understand, and then you try to talk to somebody about it, and they either shoot you down and say you're crazy, or what are you talking about? Don't you watch the news? Those kind of people. It can hurt the heart. When you're truthful, you understand what truth is, okay? In the heart, you understand when you're being truthful. And when somebody comes at you and is questioning your truth that you understand, it can hurt your heart, because their non-truth is coming at you and affecting you physically with the energy exchange, okay? So it's just a reminder, Pat, okay, to I'm hearing guard your heart, but be discerning with what you allow into it, okay? Don't take it so serious. Don't take it to heart if somebody says something that makes you feel bad. Just look at that person and understand that they are not at the same level you're at. If you're a truth speaker, okay, and you seek the truth and you understand it, and somebody else is not there, their words can be cutting and they can be very cold. And when you're living in your heart, which is what truth is, okay, it can hurt. It can be painful, okay? So you got to just kind of rise above that. After you get over it, call in your angels to help you with that, you know, and just rise up and keep moving. Don't dwell in it for too long. And we can as women, because we're very sensitive, okay? And we can get our feelings hurt when we feel unappreciated and things like that. So just try to move forward, you know, connect with people that understand what you're going through right now, that understand where you're at thinking wise with what's going on around you. If you're seeing things for what they really are and it's not sitting well with you, try to interact with people that also understand that. The more people you try to change that are not in that mindset yet, you'll get hurt. They won't. They'll be like, you're nuts. What's going on with her? Why is she talking like that? You know? And you'll be like, what? I'm talking my truth. And they're like, yeah, whatever, conspiracy theorists, you know? They don't care. They're not at the point of understanding what hurting another person means yet. Okay? So Just keep that in mind. Rise up and move forward. Okay. Hope that helped. You're welcome. All right. How are we doing for time here? It's 1:40. Oh my gosh, it's 20 after 4, people. Oh, Zoe's a good practitioner. I love Zoe. Good for you. Gypsy, you go onto the website. I posted it up here, QSH, SuzanneBertolas.com. So Quantum Soul Healing, SuzanneBertolas.com. Practitioners, Reiki, or not Reiki. Gosh, I've got Reiki practitioners, quantum healing practitioners. So Kyushi practitioners. And then look down the list. And okay, so you are dealing with MS. Who would be good for that? You know who's really good is, well, they're all good. But Anne McGuire is good for, she's got a good connection too. Trying to think offhand. Everybody I got. Laura's good. I had a great triad session with her. Okay, and her husband. Laura's a good practitioner too. They're all good. Just read the names, say each name out loud, and pay attention to how your body reacts, and your team will tell you which one. Okay? So try that. Okay. Yep, or Gypsy, read the names. If you're dealing with MS, I want you to do that. I want you to just look at the names and one by one read off each name and see how your body reacts, because your team will pick the person for you. Okay? So let them help you you'll get like a vibration, or you'll feel good, or you'll go, oh, I like the sound of that. You know, they'll tell you. Okay? Okay. Any in North Carolina? No, but I mean, we do remote sessions as well. Hey, I also do sessions, everybody. I do remote sessions and I do in-person sessions, but the students they do as well. So, what was I going to say? North Carolina, I don't have anybody there, but remote sessions, like I do remote sessions for people on the other side of the world. So once you're in a Zoom like this, it doesn't matter. As long as you have a good connection, you have a solid internet, you have good headphones, good microphone in your headset. Okay. Okay, Faven. I know I did a card for you the other day. Oh, you'll love Laura. I love Laura. Her husband's awesome too. Yeah. Okay, Faven, I'll pull a card for you. Okay. Mother Mary is the card. This is a good one. Connect with women to strengthen the love, creativity, and truth in your heart. Amplify feminine energy. So if you've been one to step back from other women, now it's time for you to reconnect, to start trusting. Okay, let go of what society says about women and how competitive we are. Okay, and the more women you interact with, the stronger that feminine energy will come out of you and help you grow. Okay, and it'll help amplify the energy, the female energy around the globe. Okay, so connect with women to strengthen the love, creativity, and truth in your heart. Okay, and connect with the ones that make you feel good. Pay attention to your meter. Okay, because sometimes a woman can come across as, oh, being all nicey, and really they're underneath it all, they're not. So pay attention to what you're team tells you, just like I'm telling these people to read the names, pay attention to the new people you connect with and trust those feelings if you're not feeling secure about somebody in particular. Okay. So Faven, there you go. May have to take the trip to you someday. I have a woman flying in here from New York. I've had people fly from California. When I went to Italy, I had people come from Germany and UK, and there was somewhere else. Hungary? No, somewhere like that. Yeah. I am thinking of going back over there. So I may do sessions if I go back over there. But yeah, I welcome people. I love my healing room. It's like really nice. It's one of the nicest healing rooms I've had, I think, and it's small, but it's got a beautiful energy. Well, Faven, you've been called to do Reiki. Excellent. I'm teaching Angel Fire starting in April. I guess I should announce that or put a newsletter out and let people know that. Why not take the trip? Wait a second. Who's tripping? Who's going? You were thinking the same? Everybody's coming to see Suzanne. Right on. That's a good thing. I don't mind people coming. I've had people drive from the States. I actually put welcome to my U.S. family coming across on my website at one time because I had so many people driving across and they would get stopped and they would check out my website. So I put that on there. They wanted to know who I was, what they were coming for. And they take your phone, they look up everything. So I put that on to make it easier for those of you coming across from the US. Anyway, let's see here. You're welcome, Faven. Why not take the trip to Italy? Oh, I've been talking to Mary Lisa. I'm thinking about it. I'm really thinking about it, but it's expensive to go. And I'd have to make sure I have work to do over there. You know, I can't just go and you know, I have bills to pay too, right? So when I went last year, my sessions that I did paid for my plane. That's what it did. So I really didn't make money to pay my bills while I was there. Luckily, Mary Lisa, she let us stay with her and she doesn't charge. She's like my sister. So that was a bonus. But yeah, I'd love to go to Italy and have take people to the portal and do like meditations and do like a session in the middle of the portal and put somebody in a trance. And there's so many things I'd love to do. But Godenzo, Italy, mind you, if you're in Europe, to get there isn't so bad. It's not expensive if you live in Europe, but outside of Europe, it's very costly to get there. Maybe you could give an in-person Kyushi class there. That would pay. Yeah, actually, I thought about that too. I know there's one person that would come and take the class. He had a session with me last year. I would definitely go and teach Kyushi. I'd love to do that. And that's a 3-day. So it could be set so that there was, we do other things in between, right? Or we could go and sit in the portal while we do the first part of the class or whatever. You might not come back, Rob, because I'm pretty sure it's Arcturians that are there. They might want to just take you. Anyway, how are we doing? You know what? It is, okay, I am tight. You are tight. I am that I am. Oh, I am that I am. Are you male or female? Thank you, Pretty Dark. I know I could go there from like June to like November if I wanted to stay there free of charge, but I still have to survive, and Robert would, you know, be here and I'd be there, and he's like my soulmate. That'd be hard. Okay, I am that I am. Here we go. Okay. I saw blue right when I closed my eyes there. Don't know what that means, but Are you struggling with something right now? Because they're telling me there's a dark energy around you. I'm hearing, nope, you're not struggling? Okay. That's a good thing then. Mother Earth is the card. Find peace of mind in heartfelt surrender as you connect with nature to recharge. Transfer your energy connection. So this card actually is a direct, like, disconnect from the internet for a while, disconnect from your phone for a while, and reconnect to nature to recharge. That's what this card means when it comes up. Okay, transfer your energy connection. So instead of being connected to the internet and the phone and everything else, connect to nature. You need to recharge. Okay, become grounded and take in some of that energy that you get when you're in nature. So I'm not sure where you are, where you live, if it's suitable weather to go out and do that. But even in the wintertime, okay, you can still go outside, right? So maybe just a reminder, maybe to not be online so much if you are, or if you're a gamer or anything like that. Try to step away from the electronics for a bit. Not like cut yourself off, just maybe lower the time a little bit and spend that time getting outside and getting into the sunshine and using that energy, connecting with that energy. Okay. So that's your card. I took that picture. Can you guys see this coming down here? Now, I'm pretty sure it's the reflection from my camera, but it was really cool. So anyway, there you go. That's your card. I am that I am. Watch your energy, because they did say there's a dark energy around you. It might not be a bad thing. It could be a thought form you have, a thought process, but they're showing me this. It's like it could bump you and cause you a problem. That's why I said, are you having issues with something? Because a lot of times when there's energies around you that aren't positive, they know your weak spot. So they can poke at you and get you started on something that may cause you to argue, or cause you to eat too much, or cause you to drink, or cause you to do something that's not good for you. Okay, so just be mindful of that. And I don't know who you are, but they alerted me to that right away. Okay, so you're welcome. I don't doubt my team at all. If they say there's something there, then pay attention. Okay, that's all. I'm not trying to scare you or anything. Okay, PK what? PK sharpshooter. You also pull a card from me for the... Okay, so you received some bad news. And they're not giving me anything. I'll pull you a card. They're telling me, Suzanne, it's not for you to know. It's not my business. Sometimes they don't tell me stuff because I don't need to know. This is a lot of how it goes a lot of times when I do in-depth readings. I don't know the details. They just tell me what you need to understand, and that you will understand it. Okay. Okay, so this is the card. See the size of that? That's a labradorite. It's a crystal. That's like my hand. So it shows you how big it is. It's like a bowling ball. Okay. Your team or my team, is telling you to connect with the magic of crystals to gain wisdom, insights, healing, and clarification. Okay, mystical crystals. So if you haven't, and they're actually kind of saying this is important for you to do, if you haven't connected with crystals, I'm actually hearing quartz crystal, okay? You may want to go to a shop where it's to help you raise your frequency, okay? Go to a store where they sell them. I don't know where you live, if there's anywhere around you that has them. But try and find a store like that and just go into it and just be in the store for a bit. Because what happens is the crystals will connect with your energy, and the one you're meant to have will call out to you. So you'll need to just kind of walk around and look at them, pick them up if you can. And when you put one down and you walk away and go, oh, and you get pulled back, that's the one that you should take. You might have a few of them in there doing that to you, and take some money because it can get expensive. But carrying a crystal will raise your frequency. It'll help shake off any negatives that are attached to you. Rose quartz is a good one to get. I don't know where mine is. I have one. It's about the size of a softball, like a baseball. And I've used it in sessions. Okay. And the reason they're showing me this is because you're saying you haven't felt the same since. So there's some energy on you that's keeping you down there. Okay. So if you were to go and find a chunk of rose quartz, and it's actually not that expensive. Okay. And meditate with it, or sleep with it beside you, that kind of thing. It'll help release that negative. And it really does. I had a session one time, a quantum healing session, and the woman flew in from California, and she had a really bad entity attached to her. And it took the whole team to remove this thing, because sometimes it's just evil, dark energy. It's not a lost soul or anything. It's just that evil, dark energy. Okay. And I had put a quartz in her hand, that rose quartz, and it helped. Like the energy that was attached to her did not like the frequency of the rose quartz, because that's for the heart chakra. So she was shifting her energy in her body by holding this stone, and that dark energy didn't like it. So it started to loosen up. Okay. So this is the reason why they're telling you to go and get some crystal. Okay. Go to a store, find one that makes you feel good when you look at it, when you hold it. Okay. So, crystals are so important. People don't realize how important quartz crystal is. It's in all our phones. Like, crystals are been around for billions of years, where they've used them in technologies. Okay. We're not the first civilization to use crystal. So they're good for healing. They're good for retaining information. Sometimes when you meditate with a crystal, it'll bring forward information for you. Okay. So that is your card, PK. All right. Yeah. Well, see what happens sometimes, PK, when people pass on, or when you're in a sad place. Okay, when we get depressed or we get sad and we're there for too long and we can't pull ourselves out, sometimes a lost soul can attach. Okay, and it's like there's many of them out there, and it's not a bad thing. Okay, but they see an opportunity to get into a lower vibration, which is where you're at when you're sad. Okay, so then that soul is residing in your energy field somewhere and going, oh, but I feel better when you feel sad. So they're going to keep reminding you, or they're going to keep doing something to make you feel down. So it's important that you're proactive to remove it, or to do something where you raise your frequencies so that that energy goes, oh, for God's sakes, I'm out of here. She's not going back down. So I'm going to go find somebody else. Okay. And that's how it works. So they want you to have the crystals to help raise your frequency. It's the quickest way to do it. Okay. White selenite is a very good one as well. Rose quartz, selenite, amethyst, rose quartz, I'm feeling though you really need to get. All right. So there we go. Neymar Jr., can you ask a question? You better hurry up because it's almost 2 hours and I got to get offline. So yes, ask a question real fast. What does Jacob think about you? You should ask him. Say, hey, Jacob, how do you feel about me? I can't give answers like that. I can't give answers like that. Relationship things like that. Plus, that's answering for another soul. No, it's not tarot. It's oracle. I work with the white light and the angels and my council of 9 and Jesus and Mother Mary and all those guys. Okay, I don't know who Jacob is, so I can't help you with that. Sorry. The best thing to do is to meditate. Ask your team, whoever Jacob is, whatever it's about. Ask your team and then trust what they're telling you. Okay. Yeah, no worries. It's better to check in with your own collective and ask them, and they will tell you. All right. So anyway, guys, it's 2 hours already. I can't believe that. So have a great night. For those of you that ordered the cards, they're on their way. For those of you that still want to order cards, just go to my site, SuzanneBertolas.com, and you'll get this deck. My original deck is not in print anymore right now. And if you're interested in learning Reiki, Angel Fire Reiki Level 1 Beginner, I'm teaching at the end of April. That's on my site as well. Okay, so thank you very much for coming on, everybody, and for helping each other out and stuff. It was fun. And I'll talk to you all soon. Okay?